Welcome back. We're in the final match. Or wait, is it the first match or the final match? Like, I don't even know because it looks the same to me.
It is definitely a rematch for both of our players, but obviously...
Oh, that's it. I should have thought of that.
Yes, you should have, Artosis.
Oh.
So many years. You've lived your entire life for this one meaningful failure.
We haven't even had a Mercadian Prime number of games yet.
Marcin Prime. They're named after Marin Marcin, the French philosopher and mathematician. God, didn't
he
not
die when he discovered plutonium?
Of a brain tumor.
There you go.
There you go. There it is, and here we are in a rematch of our first match, although obviously a little bit of momentum behind SpeCial as he was able to overcome Alive, but I think he faces a PartinG that is just out for an untold amount of like blood and carnage, and I don't think he's going to make that same mistake 3 times, because he's already made it twice.
Okay. I think this will be a good one. Let's see it. New Repugnancy, Acropolis, Kings Cove. We're starting game number 1. Here we go.
Fight!
Oh, so that counts series. Okay, so the series numbers are prime number game.
One.
Wow,
Yes.
I was wrong all along. Also, I think I was counting Mercin versus non-Mercin. Anyway, that's the number of the game that this
I didn't
is.
want to call you out in the Mercin.
Oh, okay, all right. Thanks,
thing.
Artosis. You kept my mathematical vanity intact.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I didn't want to make you feel like a fool.
Ocean Gaming. SpeCial.
Well, everyone heard you say it and was like,
now
whoa.
you ruined it, Artosis.
Whoa.
How could you?
Yeah.
So it's the proxy, not proxy, here from SpeCial.
Kinda, yeah. A little bit of sneakiness going on.
Back in my day, we called this a Macarax.
I know, right?
Unfortunately, barracks don't quite work the same way they used to.
Those were normally in your natural behind the minerals. Remember that? That was like all the rage.
Yeah. Well, this is the third behind, well, in front of the minerals. We did away with those behind the minerals things at some of our bases.
You got to tech it out more.
Gone are the days.
It was too bad Maka didn't quite make it. He came back for a little bit.
Yeah, he did
He actually got really high MMR in Korea for a little bit too.
Was that actually the guy? I didn't think that was the guy.
That was the well. Maybe there was there was a Maka actually did come back for a little bit.
Okay.
99% sure.
Wow. Blast from the past. Actually, you know, there's a lot
jam and stuff.
There's a lot of blasts in the past. I mean, we were talking about like Taja and Bomber, but Super and Dream 2. You guys will get to see those in subsequent.
Are you ready for bombing?
Oh my goodness. I was a big fan of Bomber back when he was NSP Fancy back in Brood War.
Yeah.
That guy was so sexy.
Yeah. I lived with him.
What?
Yeah. He was on Eastro.
Oh yeah. What? Wow,
Him, Classic. I mean, there's a lot.
Is there anyone you haven't lived with, Artosis? God.
No, I've lived with all 20 billion people that have ever been alive.
Well, that's not very many people, Artosis. We're gonna have to get
All
to
lived
it.
on the planet Earth.
Nice.
So, right now, Twilight coming up for PartinG. He's making the Sentry as well. It's probably just a blink opener. He didn't do this at all in the previous series against SpeCial, so keeping his build orders quite varied.
Yeah, this is another one of those like nice ways to test the waters. It's not ultra committed. There's a lot you can do with Blink versatility-wise. But I think the biggest thing you can do is sort of stress test your opponent. And also, Blink is very good against Widow Mines, which seem to be kind of the meat and potatoes of SpeCial's army.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see something like that again. So, I mean, he is making some Widow Mines probably just for a little bit of harassment coming up.
Right, you always get the first one just in case, but actually sneaking by with a kind of a surprising amount all the way into the main. He's going to get at least a couple of probe kills here. This is kind of uncharacteristic that PartinG would just let this right through.
And yeah, okay, so he actually didn't kill as much as I thought he would there.
Yeah, the target fire on the probes was not ideal.
Was not ideal.
No.
That's a good way to put it. It was not ideal. Yeah, you see oh, wow.
There's like 3 probes that have 1 HP, so.
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, 5 probes and 2 probes are so different here.
Yeah, gonna drop a solid out of 10 on that one. I mean, the scouting, at least, that information is gonna come back PartinG's way.
Yeah, full info here.
I mean, that has to make him feel absolutely perfect. He knows that there's none of these like double barracks openers or anything like super crazy like that. And I mean, I think if he knows what to expect from their previous encounter, even seeing this Widow Mine is not going to surprise him.
No. Well, the 3 Widow Mine drop looks like it's on the way. I think that PartinG knows it's coming, so I don't really foresee it doing very much. These Terran players can be crafty. Robo coming up, 3rd Nexus as well. Very standard, solid stuff from PartinG today.
Man, say that one more time, just so I can hear it for the second time it's ever been
PartinG's
said.
playing macro games, man.
What are we watching? Well, those 3 Stalkers went to intercept this drop. They went the wrong way, and so all 3 mines get dropped off. The only problem is they will be relatively inconsequential here. And okay, that's not the way you're meant to use Blink, but
yeah, so
there it is.
Not perfect by PartinG, but I guess that was good enough.
Right. I think as long as not all your probes die, it's successful. So, I mean, SpeCial at least is trying that, is getting across the map. He doesn't save anything to reuse later. So I think PartinG's probably really happy that there's less Widow Mines out on the map.
So 2 Forge on the way right now. And SpeCial actually adding a bit of production here. This is all pretty normal what we're seeing from him. Probably the 3rd command center will come up quite shortly from here as well.
Yeah, you would imagine. PartinG is definitely a little bit ahead of the curve on the commitment to playing a longer game.
Yeah, it feels like his timing on everything is very strong this game. Like the timing of the 3rd Nexus and the double Forge. Like, what it looks like to me is he's going to get away with all of it. Like, his economy is going to kick in, and he'll have 1-1 before an attack hits. And when you can do that, that's amazing as Protoss.
Definitely every Protoss player's dream. I mean, when you don't have the option to just instantly kill the guy. But, you know, a close second is being able to macro uncontested.
Well, just being able to kill the guy isn't the Protoss dream, it's the Protoss reality.
Okay. Well, we'll see Dream a little bit later on, so we can save some of those jokes for then, Artosis.
God, these puns.
They'll be there. So, serendipitously, somehow I will be able to cast that group as well, but
No
we'll
doubt.
we'll see if we can make that happen.
We'll give tasteless food poisoning.
Oh, man, it's I don't know, it kind of looked like PartinG had food poisoning at the end of his last series. He was definitely sick and not in the good way. Ooh, I don't want to take too many more of those shots, but...
But that medevac just kind of going out, coming back in. Oh, that scan, you know what? That scan, I think he's thinking, like, oh, maybe PartinG's about to attack me. He's really turtling pretty heavily here. But PartinG has no such intention. Look at this gateway explosion, charge in 1-1 coming up, and that's all going to finish before stim, which means, as previously mentioned, his economy will have kicked in and his upgrades have finished before an attack comes.
So PartinG just has everything. And it might be, you know, the erudite viewers among us might look at, as they are taught to do, the supply and think that, you know, SpeCial is in this like great place because he had like a 20 supply lead there for a second, but it's the infrastructure, right? I mean, PartinG just has everything: upgrades, tech, macro buildings.
Now, to be fair, SpeCial's macro is just now kicking in.
Yeah.
This is very normal. Like, Terran will always get a higher supply at this point in the game.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. That's that gif of LeBron having the ball shoved in his face and he just doesn't blink. Except in this case, he does.
Well, unless he blinked in with the stalkers.
That's true. That would be the way that
Because
it would
those
happen.
stalkers did not blink.
They
did blink, but
that is in your face. That's right.
Yeah.
There's a clever play on words there, Artosis,
Indeed.
that we are highlighting. But yeah, that was a really kind of punk move there by PartinG.
Now, this attack coming out from SpeCial actually still has potential. Even though all these things have worked out pretty well for PartinG so far in this game, this is still a very scary attack. He's trying to slow it down as best he can. There's like 4 tanks. Oh, he's even pulling the boys.
The boys, or the indiscriminate SCVs, have been pulled across the map. And yeah, Stalkers, even with Blink, they don't fight Stim Marines very well.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful about that. He has to engage this really perfectly. Well, that can be said really for both sides.
That is true. Engaging well, a useful talent to have in StarCraft. The Zealots, though, they're flanking instead of blocking on top, so the SCVs will get on top, and he doesn't even see the Zealots, but he doesn't have them there to protect his army from siege tank shots.
Okay, so he just blinked in and sniped the Raven, which is super, super big. The fact that you can't...
Anti-armor missile the Zealots, yeah.
It's...
Well, now he's walling with bunkers. A sexy play there by SpeCial. The SCV's on hold position, so they bug out the Zealot AI. The Zealots aren't moving, and this is a huge push. SpeCial getting so much damage done. He's taking out everything. SpeCial with a win in game number 1.
Beautifully done right there by SpeCial to take that down, because PartinG had a pretty seamless opening, pretty seamless build.
That final push.
I do want to mention, right, because there was a lot of flack given even by me about the upgrade timings changing and stuff.
Yeah.
But his 2-2 was like 5 seconds from finishing. So like that does make a difference. But very nice micro there by SpeCial. The fact that he got those bunkers started and had that nice wall against where the Zealots are coming in, that was gigantic.
What a timing attack to catch PartinG playing. Like we said, that not greedy, but very economical infrastructure style. His gateways, they got like maybe 1 round of production off, and then not a lot else. Perfect timing attack by SpeCial puts him 1 game away from advancing on to the next round and eliminating PartinG.
I mean, that would be so disappointing for PartinG right now. He's really on this comeback trail, but of course, SpeCial, he has his own career to worry about right now. His glasses foggy.
I mean, they both have quite the peepers out there, Artosis. Thanks for pointing that out. Although, once again, as always, PartinG's incredibly on point. We're on our way to Acropolis for game number 2.
Fight.
Oh, my goodness. How epic has today been? Here we go.
Pixel
This is
1. PartinG.
Tell you, if he loses, it's kind of a loss for the tournament. One of the most charismatic, funniest people that we have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Juanito brings his own special flair to the tournament for sure, but
Ocean Gaming. SpeCial.
PartinG is truly one of a kind. I don't think we've seen really any player take the path PartinG has taken for himself.
No, you're quite right. Well, both of these guys are big personalities.
Yep.
So sad to see one go, but you know,
the harsh reality.
love to see one advance, I guess. Right?
Definitely. Well, also keep it. This
Round
is
of
not
16 is half full.
or half empty, as they say.
That's true.
Artosis. The truth is that there's so many challenges left ahead of either one of these players. So even if they were eliminated or weren't eliminated here, then theoretically this tells us maybe they don't deserve to go on to the next round. But I think this is one of those rare moments where I could absolutely see either one of these players in the next round. I know PartinG has more gas left in the tank, but I'm worried he might have psyched himself out a lot after a couple of really disappointing losses.
You might be right, but he is normally someone who doesn't really have those type of things happen. The thing is, he did a lot of throws against Rogue, and that last game, like, won it, but PartinG played well, right? And he played fantastically in the first series against SpeCial, so.
Yeah,
this is still really anyone's match.
I wonder if there's some degree to which SpeCial is, double quotes warmed up by now. We give him a chance to practice ahead of time, but now your head's in the game, and you can really see that SpeCial seems to be checking all of the boxes a little bit more fluidly than he did the first time he played against PartinG. But we really haven't gotten to that big army versus army phase of the game yet. SpeCial's just killed him.
Yeah. Well, he planned out that very, very sharp timing attack. Here we have 2 Adepts being made and a Twilight. So, I mean, no Stalkers yet, no Sentry yet. I wonder if he's going to go hyper-aggressive here.
I mean, that would be a return to form for sure. He's at least going to get a nice amount of harassment here on the natural expansion. Won't be able to cancel it. Oh, no!
Oh, my. That's so annoying.
Are you kidding me? That is so heartbreaking.
Annoying.
I mean, obviously it finishes instantly, but like, let's just be real. That's a rough one.
Okay, so the Adepts keeping a little bit of pressure on here. Robo on the way.
Yeah.
What's he doing with the Twilight?
Oh!
He's gonna do an Archon drop!
Yeah, man. He had some sort of like apoplexy, and he thinks he's playing a Zerg.
Yeah, actually, there is an Archon drop build that Jim gave him, if you recall.
What?
Where,
Tell me
yeah,
more.
it's like charge Archon with 2 prisms.
Oh.
I don't know if that's something he has planned. Like, obviously, a DT is you can DT drop Terran. It's a real build. Hey, there's charge though. This might be Jim's build.
That would be really interesting if you happen to have that one eclectic piece of knowledge. You'd be in the perfect place at the perfect time. Your synchronicity is high right now, Artosis.
Okay, I hope that I can synchronize with this build, and I hope that's what it is.
I too wish you the most synchrononious of predictions. Let's see. I mean, obviously, this is maybe not something Special would expect, and I don't think he's...
This is what it is. Let's see if he starts the second prism. There it is!
Whoa!
All right. So Jim is, has in the past been one of the very best Chinese players. He's still a very good Chinese player, but hasn't been doing as well in tournaments lately.
Right.
A friend of PartinG's, and yeah, PartinG has used this build once before professionally. It's quite strong. You have the DT tech, you come in with the prism, then you have like 2 prisms, you're warping in tons of charge lots using Archons right on top of Terran production. Super deadly, super all in. Let's see how it goes.
Both things that could describe PartinG. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be it. I don't totally understand this just because I have personally seen this before, but I'm
it's
excited,
so weird
I'm
when you see
excited
it.
to watch this. I mean, to be great is to be misunderstood. Artosis.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think that truly describes
Archon drops, that's the thing to do.
I can't
It's good
wait.
in all the matchups.
I can't wait to watch this. I also want to turn around and watch the look on Special's face when he finally sees this coming.
I wonder if he'll actually know what this build is.
So he knows something's coming. So he's pulled his
He
Marines
definitely
into
knows
the base.
something's coming.
There's
But you have 2 prisms, so to target them both down is very hard. Now, if he flies right into the Marines, obviously...
sees him, backs away, but now the double prism. Oh, he does it right on top of him. No!
I can't believe he just did that.
Well, for a brief moment, there were 2 prisms there. Now there's not. There's a Banshee in his base. So there's a limited amount of damage this can do. Maybe it does deal some damage, but there's a cloaked Banshee that nothing there can see. So...
I can't believe he flew over those Marines. Like, yeah, you have 2 prisms, but... that PartinG is really going to be kicking himself.
This is top 10 StarCraft anime betrayals right here, Artosis. That is a cursed image for sure.
It's like a Jekyll and Hyde moment where there's this alter ego inside of PartinG that threw a ton of games tonight.
I expected to look over and there's like somebody moves his hand on the mouse to do that. That is a possessive moment.
I mean,
We got to get the Exorcist out here to save PartinG from himself.
it was decisive, but there was just the DPS of Marines is so high, you just can't do it. Like, you have to do something else. You have to back it up and figure out a different way in. Go in 2 different locations with your prisms. I don't know.
I think that every other way that he could have used that would have been better than just flying over Stim Marines. I mean, you look at that. I'm always one to look for the obscure way in which that could have been good, but I feel like I'm going to skip this one.
The thing is, the build is kind of silly, but I mean, it has a lot of power. If the Marines aren't standing right there and you get that warp in round, it's like it's what, like 11, 12 Zealots and 2 Archons, and then more.
Right, and now, obviously, like you said, that was pretty darn all in. So here we go. We're coming back with 1 Warp Prism and a big push in the front. So there was some forces left back there to defend against the Warp Prism. So, maybe this is going to break through, but I feel like there's no way this kills everything.
No way.
And, yeah, PartinG does not have a lot left over.
I mean, he got a couple of the tanks, I guess, but, he's spending, like, everything here.
Ooh, I mean, I'm just trying to see some possible upside with PartinG low in supply, worker count, tech. I mean,
yeah, he's just trying to bludgeon his way in right now. We'll see if he can do it. The walls coming back up immediately, though, make this so tough. Look at that,
Yeah.
the Banshee DPS and the Marines.
If our good friend No Regret has taught us one thing, sometimes it is the 621st all-in that kills you.
That's true.
So maybe this is it. We're only 2 or 3 in.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't think he can even make a Nexus behind this. It's the same thing as GGing. He's got to keep going.
You got to try to break through here. He has busted through for what feels like the third or fourth time, but there's just nothing behind this. This is so, I don't know, dead.
Heartbreaking.
Yes, it is. I mean, a wise poet and playwright, Johannes Shakespeare, once said, "Parting is such sweet sorrow," and I think, indeed, this game iconicizes that moment.
Yeah. Parting does not even know what he wants to do. You see that? Ooh.
Yeah, does he warp it at home to try to defend? Does he try to keep playing aggressively? I think even Parting knows the aggression's not working out.
No.
So he's throwing up that Templar Archives, maybe somewhat optimistically.
Was he just recall? I think he actually just accidentally hit recall instead of chrono boost.
Oh,
on his,
no.
Pretty sure.
Well, he definitely does not look happy, but that could be because of a number of things.
Yes, really a number of things.
Oh, yeah, he is way
He really
tilted.
could have won this group, too. It's really, I mean, the thing, this group had so many good players in it. What can you do?
Shaking his head. He did the Jaedong sigh, where it's just the most painful agony a pro player can accomplish, because it's not that he is defeated by someone else, but that he's been defeated by himself.
Yeah, it's pretty well said, actually. So, SpeCial moving out. This is a kill squad right here. This is the gun turned sideways.
I feel like the reason that we love PartinG is because he is always himself. And now, oh no, if he loses his Warp Prism, that would be truly heartbreaking. It does have speed, so it's going to be able to run away, but I don't know what stops this. There's just so much versus so little.
No, long distance probe mine, he has to pull that stuff back. He's going to lose his wall. He can't engage this army. Even if he cleared this army, like SpeCial will just have another one. He has his third command center coming. Storm's about to finish, so when Storm finishes, you can definitely clear with what he has.
Yeah, I mean, even with like the perfect storms. Okay, great job using the Warp Prism. He's picking things off. And, not fast enough though. The Warp Prism goes down. There's nothing else out on the map for PartinG. There's so many of these. Oh, and it finally does connect with the Zealots. So Widow Mines everywhere, and yeah, another base coming up for SpeCial.
Yeah, SpeCial is doing a good job at just keeping this game out of reach right now. Okay, so I think this is a decent idea for PartinG, right? Mass charge lot, put some Psy Stormers into a Prism, see what you can get done. You know, you hit 6 good storms right in a row. Maybe that translates into killing a base, getting on top of the barracks. I don't know.
You're just gonna pray and let Artanis take the wheel. There's enough storms there to where if I pile all of SpeCial's units into a ball, I can see it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, those are not the worst storms.
Yeah, no, those are good.
Dropping the high ground storms. All right, well, that is exactly what that Widow Mine was for, and boom goes the dynamite. And with that, all the High Templar.
Yeah, Tetris for SpeCial.
Classic, of course. The charge lots will do well enough until the Widow Mines come into play, and then they have to back off, go back and forth, and SpeCial has that third base up.
All right. Well, you know what? PartinG, he put out some very interesting and cool games tonight. I think he actually played very well overall, but definitely going to be disappointed with himself. SpeCial, on the other hand, hey, comes back, gets his revenge against PartinG. GG. And SpeCial gets his second round of 16 in a row.
Congratulations to SpeCial, who I think we all doubted after his first series against PartinG, but I think the true mark of a player that does deserve to advance is to not only have adversity but come back through it. So congratulations, and now we get perhaps the most exciting part of GSL, and that is that Andy gets to translate live on camera for our foreign language interview with SpeCial.
That's right. I forgot. I was like, where's Andy? Oh my God, he's not here. But in fact, he is.
As a Kiwi, we have a person who speaks a very eclectic language. Now with SpeCial, who is also very well spoken in his own way, and now we get to watch this all unfold for ourselves. So only greatness will follow here. I can't wait, Artosis.
네, 개막전 두 번째 16강 진출자입니다. 지난 시즌에 이어 2연속 16강 진출인데요. 후안 로페즈 선수 바로 만나보겠습니다.
We have our second winner of Group A opening day. It is SpeCial. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
네, 가장 먼저 2연속 진출을 이뤘잖아요. 먼저 2연속 16강 소감을 들려주시죠.
It's your second advancement into the round of 16 GSL. How does it feel?
Coming today, I was feeling very nervous because I was not doing so well on the ladder. Like 3 days ago, I was doing amazing, and then I started dropping really bad. But I don't know. I feel like today I play quite well. I felt really great when I was playing.
이제 오늘 처음 왔을 때 좀 많이 긴장됐는데 이제 또 며칠 전에 레더에서 좀 안 좋은 모습을 보여가지고 이제 긴장이 됐는데 막상 오늘 와서 해보니까 성적이 잘 나왔던 것 같습니다.
네. 자, 이렇게 그래도 2연속 16강에 진출하면서 다음 기회를 노리게 됐는데요. 시즌2 때 처음으로 경험했던 GSL 시즌2 16강 어떤 경험이 됐었는지 궁금해하거든요.
So how was the season 2 GSL experience like?
It was very great. I felt against Kiro when I was in my last design match that I could have won, but I don't know. I made I made bad mistakes that series. I felt like I could have got run of 8 that tournament, but I don't know. I was to say I always take round by round. So let's see how it happens now.
정말 이제 유익한 경험이었고 이제 히로 선수는 졌는데 이제 많은 걸 배웠고 이제 많은 걸 고쳐갈 수 있는 계기가 되었던 것 같습니다.
네, 당시 투 토스 그리고 한 명의 저그 선수가 속했던 그 16강 조 사실 비하인드 스토리가 있었습니다. 당시 조지명식에 참가하지 못해서 현재 해설이 된 전태양 선수가 대신 조지명식에 참석해 조를 짜 주신 거였는데요. 그 이후에 조는 마음에 들었었는지 전태양 선수와 이 관계는 좋았는지 무척 궁금했었는데 이 비하인드 스토리를 좀 들려주시죠.
You know, for last season's GSL group nomination, you obviously couldn't attend because you're outside the country, right?
Yeah.
So TY came in place of you, and he did the group nomination. Overall, were you satisfied with the group?
Yes, I was. I wanted Impact as my first choice, and I wasn't too bad against the Protoss. Just it was my mistake, not his.
네, 뭐 전체적으로 만족을 했고요. 임팩트 선수가 이제 1지망이었습니다.
그렇게 만족을 대체로 했던 것 같은데 이번 시즌은 조지명 씨 꼭 함께 참석했으면 좋겠네요. 일정에는 혹시 영향이 없는지 궁금하네요.
This time around, can you attend this time GSL group nomination?
I think so, yeah.
야, 가능할 것 같습니다.
네, 이번 시즌은 조지명식에서 또 재밌는 입담 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 마지막으로 네, 후안 로페즈 선수의 각오를 들어보겠습니다.
Alright, any words of determination?
I really want to attend the round of 16 nomination, so be ready for the memes.
이제 16강 이제 그룹 노미네이션에서 좀 많은 드립들을 보여드릴 겁니다.
네, 알겠습니다. 그 드립 기대하고 있겠습니다.
Alright,
축하드리겠습니다.
once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
네, 이렇게 마지막 진출자 후안 로페즈 선수
Be ready
만나봤는데요. 오늘 경기
for the
최종
memes.
경기
I just can't wait. This is probably going to be the greatest group nomination of all time.
I feel like our audience should have been warned about that before this broadcast as well. But also, whenever SpeCial plays, he definitely dropped some spicy ones on us today, Artosis, including, I think the appropriate one is he definitely had us in the first half. They're losing 0-2 to PartinG and then returning the favor, eliminating him from GSL in the final match.
Yeah, and he had that very close match against Alive. Let's not
Ooh,
forget
yeah.
that was a pretty tight one.
True
So
turning point.
yeah, this was actually a very good group tonight.
And coming up, another good group, Dark versus Bomber and Ragnarok versus SOS.
That's a pretty crazy group, to be honest. Ragnarok's in good shape. SOS is always deadly. I have no idea what to expect from Bomber, though.
Well, I think Dark booster rockets out of this group for sure. This definitely looks kind of poised for him.
It would be shocking for the GSL champ in this type of form to not make
Yeah,
it.
and SOS can also be shocking because he was eliminated in the round of 32 last season,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was equally as surprising.
He's always in this spot where he has to super deliver at the end of the year to go to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Is he going to do it? Can he go to BlizzCon and ruin
the
whatever
$100,000
he
man.
wants? I know, right? So, I mean, that group is actually a very, very important one for him.
Yeah, just like it was important for Rogue today to advance because he also has kind of waited until the last second, procrastinated his WCS points to get himself there. So, yeah, it's going to be a really exciting season. I think we started it out in a pretty epic way. Excited for more games to come.
Indeed. We're going to be just blasting through the round of 32. We have it today, tomorrow, Saturday, and then the same schedule next week, and then Wednesday, Saturday, the week after that, and done.
Yeah.
So
So basically a 2-week 2 or 3 week, basically, round of 32. I remember back when we used to do like Code A and rounds of 48 and all that crazy stuff. It would just literally take a month only for like half the players that we wouldn't see ever again.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it was a little bit weird, but that was nice too.
that's right. And now we get to kind of speed run that. So that's going to do it for our broadcast today. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you again back here tomorrow for more GSL.
This is my world.
Let's make it count.
I must practice tolerance. Next, GSL Season 3. Reversal.